Sablek Voss tilted the vial. One drop hit Eli Mercer's goblet. The colorless neurotoxin vanished into the wine. He exhaled. Perfect. Mercer sat across the banquet hall, surrounded by hovering diplomats. The human envoy laughed at some joke from a Vexari trader. His broad shoulders strained his formal tunic. Primitive species. Fragile metabolism. Sablek circled the table, tray balanced. Servers glided on anti-grav pads, but he kept to the floor, less notice. He paused behind Mercer. Refill, envoy. Mercer turned, gray eyes sharp. Please. And make it the house red. Sablek poured. Steady hands. The toxin bonded fast. 20 seconds to paralysis. 2 minutes to death. Humans dropped like stones. No anti-venom in their crude medkits. Mercer raised the glass. To fair trade. He drank deep. Half gone. Tilted it back. Empty. Sablek froze mid-stride. Mercer set the goblet down. Wiped his mouth. Excellent vintage. Another round. The hall buzzed. Crystal clinked. Alien dignitaries nodded. Tentacles twitching in approval. Consul Wren, the host, lifted his own glass from the head table. His frilled crest pulsed yellow. Nerves. Sablek poured again. Clean wine this time. His claws clicked on the decanter. Mercer sipped the second. Casual. Like water. 15 seconds passed. Mercer leaned forward, speaking to a cluster of Krell merchants. His voice carried, steady. Your alloy specs impress me. But Terran forges handle plasma shear better. Let's test samples. Sweat beaded on Mercer's brow. Sablek saw it glisten under the glow orbs. Good. Onset. Wren stood. A toast to unity, his voice boomed through translators. He waved his staff. Subtle signal, 2 flicks toward the shadows. Medical drones hummed from alcoves. Disguised as serving bots. Wren's crest flared brighter. He expected collapse now. Mercer raised his glass again. Drained it. Here, here. He grinned, color still in his cheeks. Sablek backed away, heart pounding. Toxin profile. Severs neural relays. Humans should convulse. No exceptions. Mercer shifted in his seat, rubbed his temple. Stood. Excuse me, folks. Need a moment. He walked toward the balcony doors. Steady gait. No stagger. Sablek followed. Duty demanded confirmation. He grabbed a tray of appetizers. Cover. The balcony overlooked the orbital station's docking arms. Stars wheeled beyond the viewport. Mercer gripped the rail, breathed deep. His knuckles whitened. Sablek hovered near the archway, watched. 30 seconds. Should be foaming. Mercer straightened, rolled his shoulders, muttered, damn headache. He pulled a small injector from his pocket, pressed it to his neck. Hiss. Adrenaline counter? No. Humans didn't carry those. Sablek's species engineered the toxin for Terran biology. 0 tolerance. Mercer turned, spotted him. Server? Water, please. Sablek nodded, fumbled the glass from the tray. Poured from a pitcher, hands shook. Mercer drank. Thanks. Banquet wine packs a punch. He chuckled. Hits harder than our stuff. Sablek edged closer. Scanned Mercer's face. Pupils normal. No slur. Voices rose inside. Wren's sharp whisper carried. Drones. Now. Discreetly, 2 medbots wheeled out. Scanners whirring. Wren followed. Crest rigid white. Panic color. Envoy Mercer? Wren approached. Tentacles clasped. You appear. Flushed. Our finest physicians. Mercer waved him off. Just a migraine kicking in. Happens after long hauls. Epinephrine shot fixed it. He clapped Wren's shoulder. Firm grip. No need for fuss. Back to talks? Wren recoiled. Slight flinch. Migraine? Your vitals? Sablek slipped his comm into his palm. Signal Malik. Target ingested. No effect. Abort? No reply yet. Director Malik ran security. This hit framed Wren's rival faction. Collapsed the treaty vote. Chaos for profit. Wren's eyes darted to Sablek. Recognition? No. Envoy protocol demands a scan for your safety. Mercer shrugged. Scan away. But let's keep the deal moving. He stepped past the bots. They beeped green lights. Sablek's comm buzzed. Malik, impossible. Double dose next serve. Confirm kill. Double? lethal to 10 humans. Inside, the hall quieted. Traders murmured. Krell hissed about human frailty myths. Mercer sat, ordered food. Ate hearty, color returned. Ren huddled with aides, crest throbbing. He signaled Sablek again. Urgent wave. Sablek approached Mercer. More wine, envoy? Mercer eyed the decanter. Sure, one more. He drank half. Set it down. Ren, about those tariffs? Ren paled. Envoy, perhaps adjourn. Mercer's hand trembled, subtle. He gripped the table, sweat poured, but he spoke. Clear. No. We close this tonight. Sablek watched. 40 seconds on the second dose. Mercer's jaw clenched, veins bulged. Krell gasped. He bleeds from pores. Mercer wiped his arm. Red streaks. Capillaries burst. Normal for us under stress. He stood, wavered once, caught himself. Continue. Ren bolted. Yelled into comm. Full med team. Lockdown. Drones swarmed. Mercer's knees buckled. He roared. Primal sound. Grabbed a chair for support. Eyes blazed. Sablek drew his concealed blade. End it manual. Mercer spun. Saw the glint. Assassin. Sablek lunged. Mercer dodged. Grabbed his wrist. Twisted. Crack. Pain exploded in Sablek's arm. Human strength. Crushing. Mercer slammed him down. Pinned. Poisoned wine. Twice. Who sent you? Medics piled on Mercer. Injections fired. He shrugged them off. Wrong chem for humans. Ren froze. Envoy, this. Misunderstanding. Mercer's voice boomed. Scanners caught the toxin. Your drones confirmed. He hauled Sablek up, one-handed. Talk. Sablek spat. Contract. Trade sabotage. Comm crackled. Milik's voice leaked. Open channel. Ren's failure. Redirect blame. Ren whirled. Malik? You? Hall erupted. Guards swarmed. Krell seized Malik's empty chair. He'd fled. Mercer released Sablek. Medics restrained him. Human grinned through bloodshot eyes. Told you. We endure. Ren collapsed into a seat. Crest limp black. Impossible. Humans. Monsters. Mercer wiped his face. Just normal day on Terra. He turned to the traders. Treaty still on? Nods rippled. Awe in alien eyes. Sablek slumped in cuffs, watched the human negotiate. Unbroken. Director Malik's shuttle alarms screamed. Escape cut off. Human med team inbound! Eli Mercer shoved back his chair. He stood, face ashen under the banquet hall's glow globes. Sweat beaded on his brow. The human envoy clutched the table edge for a split second. Then he straightened, walked toward the restrooms. Sablek Voss tracked every step from his server station, part thud in his chest cavity. The poison, Krell neurotoxin, refined for Vaxari physiology, hit humans like plasma fire. One sip from the laced wine goblet. Collapse in 2 minutes, Caesars. Death, clean. Timer in Sablek's neural implant, 152. Mercer pushed through the restroom door. Gone. Consul Ren leaned toward his aides, crest twitching. Monitor the human, discreetly. Sablek glided forward. Server robes hid his tools. The water dispenser stood by the hall's refreshment alcove. Polished chrome, autofill for dignitaries. He palmed the injector vial. Slid it into the slot. Twist locked. Second dose ready. Insurance. If the wine failed, why would it fail? Humans died like anyone. Data confirmed it. Footfalls echoed. Mercer emerged, stumbled to the sink basin outside the private stalls. Hall protocol, visible for security cams. He cranked the faucet. Cold water gushed, splashed his face, gulped from cupped hands. Sablek froze mid-pour. Drink from the dispenser? Now. Mercer drank deep. Straight from the nozzle. Second dose ingested. 0:47 on timer. The human gasped. Doubled over. Vomit hit the basin. Chunky, acrid once. Hard retch. Cleared his throat. Rinsed his mouth. Splashed face again. Straightened. Toweled dry. Turned back to the banquet floor. Sablek's mandibles clicked. Impossible. Toxin bonded in seconds. Humans lacked the gut enzymes. Data lied. Mercer resumed his seat, nodded to traders across the table. Apologies. Spice disagreed. Laughter rippled. Krell merchants boomed approval. Ren's crest flattened, pale green shock. Soblek retreated to shadows. Implant alarm pulsed. 0 o'clock, overdue. Heart thud doubled. Contract demanded silence. No witnesses. He palmed his concealed blade. Mono edge Vaxari forged. Wait for stagger. Strike. Ren surged to his feet. Exit secure. Quiet lockdown. His voice hissed over comms. Guards fanned out. Doors hissed shut. Drones hummed from ceiling vents. Scanners live. Banquet chatter died. Eyes locked on Mercer. The human sipped water. Unlaced glass now. Blinked slow. Color returned to his cheeks. Sablek's handler pinged. Director Malik, abort if compromised. Frame Ren. Sablik edged closer. Server tray masked his approach. Mercer rubbed his temple. Muttered, headache, tough crowd. Ren blocked the main archway. Envoy Mercer, you appear unwell. Med team inbound. Mercer waved it off. Just need air or coffee. Grin split his face. No slur, no tremor. Sablik's grip tightened on the blade. Poison failed. Twice. Human gut shredded it. Databanks empty on that. Vaxari assassins trained for precision. Stealth strikes. Chem-laced needles.
Humans? Blunt?
Endure fevers that melted krill hulls. Rumors now real. Drones buzzed Mercer. Scanners whirred. Red lights flashed. Toxin traces confirmed. Ren's voice cracked. Envoy this. Mercer caught himself swaying. Once. Grab the chair arm. Continue. Ren bolted upright. Aya. Full med team. Lock down. He yelled into his comm. Drones swarmed thicker. Mercer's knees buckled. He roared, a primal bellow that shook crystal goblets. Grabbed a chair for support. Eyes blazed red-veined fury. Sablek drew his blade, ended manual, lunged from the server's blind spot. Mercer spun. Saw the glint. Assassin. Sablek thrust. Perfect arc. Tendon-severing strike. Mercer dodged, sidestepped like a brawler in low grab, grabbed Sablek's wrist mid-air, twisted. Crack. Bone shards exploded pain through Sablek's arm. He screamed, Hi Vaxari Keen! Human strength crushed like a press jack. Sablek dropped. Mercer slammed him to the floor, pinned with one knee, poisoned wine. Twice. Who sent you? Medics piled on Mercer. Injections hissed into his neck, antidotes for Vaxari Chem. Standard loadout. Mercer shrugged them off. Muscles bunched under formal tunic. Wrong chem for humans. He flexed. Needles snapped. Ren froze mid-stride, crest limp black. Envoy, this? Misunderstanding. Mercer's voice boomed over the chaos. Scanners caught the toxin. Your drones confirmed. He hauled Sablek up one-handed, arm like a docking clamp. Talk. Sablek spat blood. Mandibles trembled. Contract. Trade sabotage. Block Terran routes. Comm crackled open. Ren's channel breached. Malik's voice leaked. Ren's failure. Redirect blame to his house. Ren whirled. Malik, you? Hall erupted. Guards swarmed the head table. Krell enforcers seized Malik's empty chair. He'd fled through a service vent. Mercer released Sablek. Medics restrained him with mag cuffs. The human grinned through bloodshot eyes. Wiped sweat. Told you, we endure. Ren collapsed into a seat. Crest quivered. Impossible. Humans. Monsters. Mercer straightened his tunic. Just normal day on Terra. Gut bugs eat worse for breakfast. He turned to the traders. Krell, Vaxari, even rival Zathari reps. Treaty still on table? Nods rippled, awe widened alien eyes. The Krell merchant boomed. Terran steel in the deal. Endurance proven. Sablek slumped in cuffs. Watched the human negotiate. Voice steady. Deals locked clause by clause. Unbroken. Director Myleek's shuttle alarms screamed over open comms. Escape vector cut off. Human med team inbound. Terran dropship signatures lit the orbital feeds. Sablek's implant logged it all. Contract burned. Humans didn't shatter. They adapted. Chewed the poison. Spat it back. Mercer glanced his way. Nodded once. No rage. Just fact. Next time, try allergens. We're picky eaters. Guards dragged Sablek away. Hall buzzed with new respect, treaty sealed under human grit. But Myelic shadow lingered, conspiracy roots deeper. One assassin's failure, spark for war. Wren approached Mercer, bowed low. Envoy, your resilience saved us all. Mercer clapped his shoulder, gentle, but firm. Team effort. Your scanners tipped it. Collaboration, not conquest. Aliens brought precision. Humans brought the long haul. Sablek's last view. Mercer at the table's head, laughing with Krell. Poison forgotten. Plot unraveled. In the holding cell, Sablek flexed his shattered arm. Data updated. Never underestimate a human's normal. Orbital alarms peaked. Malik's shuttle cracked open by boarding hooks. Human voices barked orders. Calm. Relentless. The conspiracy bled out, one sip at a time. Sablek Voss palmed the toxin vial under his server tunic. Banquet hall thrummed with alien chatter. Krell booms, the Xi clicks, Wren's precise trill directing toasts. He sidled to the refreshment station. Slipped the vial's cap with a thumb flick. Contact neurotoxin. Skin absorption in seconds. Human nervous systems crumbled under it like dry sand. Tray balanced on his shoulder, loaded with crystal flutes of Krell fire wine. Sablek angled toward Ellie Mercer's table. The Terran envoy sat centered, calm amid the swirl, gray suit crisp, hands folded, eyes scanning contracts on a hollow pad. Normal, boring, one touch, and the trade summit collapsed. Rivals framed. Director Malik's payout tripled. Sablek stumbled as planned. Tray wobbled. Flutes tinkled. He smeared toxin on the handle mid-sway. Slick, invisible under the hall's glow globes. Eli Mercer's hand shot out. Bare palm gripped the handle. Steady as stone. Easy there, the human said. Voice low. Terran accent clipping edges. He held the tray level while Sablek recovered. Skin net toxin, full dose. Sablek froze, watched Mercer's fingers flex. No twitch, no gasp. Human skin stayed pink, unmarked. Mercer's grip tightened, helping right the tray. Passed it back smooth. Got it now? Yes. Envoy. Sablek's voice cracked. He backed away, pulse hammering. Implant feed logged vitals. Mercer's heart steady at 72 beats. No neuro shutdown. Impossible. Terran dermal layers too thick, or that normal sweat washing it off? Mercer nodded, sipped his wine, laughed at Wren's toast. Sablek retreated to shadows, watched. 10 minutes ticked. 20. Mercer stood, stretched, wandered toward a side corridor, private alcove for informal talks, perfect isolation. Sablek tailed, slipped through milling guests. Corridor dimmed, walls pulsing soft biolume. Mercer's steps even, no stagger. Toxin should have locked muscles by now. Sablek's hand hovered near his belt injector, backup dose, direct vein. Calm buzzed in his ear. Director Mylik's whisper. Boss. Status. Delayed. He's moving alone. Corridor 7. Redirecting security. Wren's guards looped to East Wing. False fire wine spill. Isolate him. Finish clean. Sablek accelerated. Corridor curved empty. Mercer paused at a viewport, gazing at orbital docks. Trade fleets glittered, human silhouette framed against stars. Broad shoulders relaxed. Envoy, Sablek called, voice pitched servile. Refill? Mercer turned, mild polite. Sure, lead on. Sablek's grip tightened on the injector. Too easy. He gestured ahead. Mercer followed. Deeper into service tunnels. Pipes hummed. Air cooled. Mercer's hand brushed the wall. Steadying? No. Casual. Sablek spun. Injector out. Lunged for the neck. Alice. Human arm blocked. Fast. Iron. Mercer grabbed Sablek's wrist. Twisted. Injector clattered. Server. You're not wobbly anymore. Sablek yanked free. Activated stun knife. Blade hummed blue. Slashed high. Mercer ducked, countered with a palm strike. Sablek's jaw cracked. He reeled. Tasted blood. Knife swung low. Fabric tore. Skin split. Human grunted. Once, pressed forward. Grabbed Sablek's knife arm. Slammed it against pipe. Blade sparked out. Bones ground. Pain flared. Sablek kicked. Human shins absorbed it. Bruised. Didn't buckle. Mercer headbutted. Stars burst in Sablek's vision. He crumpled. Mercer loomed, pinned him. Neon chest. "Who sent you?" Sablek spat. "Contract." "Falls with you." Mercer's eyes narrowed. Free hand pressed calm. Ren.
Side corridor 7. Intruder down.
Medical en route. Footsteps pounded. Consul Ren burst in. Guards flanking. Vaxi eyes wide. Frills quivering. "Envoy! You're bleeding?" Mercer glanced at thigh. Wound shallow. Blood trickled. He waved it off. "Scratch. Tie him." Guards swarmed Sablek. Cuff snapped. Ren scanned Mercer. Handheld unit beeped green. Toxins? Neuromarkers? "Clear," Mercer said. Stood smooth. No limp. Handled the tray guy earlier. Figured it odd. Ren's frills flattened. "You touched the tray. Bare skin?" "Yeah." Steadying him, Mercer shrugged. Ripped pant leg wider. Wound already clotting. "Humans toughen up. Adrenaline helps." Sablek's implant pinged. Malik's channel. Abort. Security breach. Too late. Ren barked orders. "Full sweep. Check servers." "Malik." "Your detail?" Director Malik strode in. Face scaled tight. "Misunderstanding. This one's rogue." Mercer eyed him. Calm. "Log the toxin. Matches black market. Your rivals bid high on trade blocks." Malik stiffened. Guards shifted. Ren's scanner locked on Sablek's wrist. Implant glowed. Handler trace. Director? Betrayal hit. Malik bolted. Corridor exit slammed open. Mercer pursued. No shout, just ran. Sablek watched from floor, cuffed, ribs aching. Human pace relentless. No fatigue. Malik dodged into main hall. Guests parted. Ren hesitated. "Envoy, wait!" Mercer vaulted a table. Firewine shattered. Grabbed Malik's collar mid-stride. Tackled clean. Director thrashed. Human weight pinned him. Trade votes rigged. Assassinations to frame Krell block. Malik snarled. "Proof." Sablek's comm overrode. Implant hacked. Logs dumping to Ren's pad. Contracts. Payments. Targets. Hall hushed. Krell merchant rumbled forward. Terran steel in the deal. Endurance proven. Ren bowed to Mercer. "Your resilience, monstrous." Saved the summit. Mercer hauled Malik up. Passed to guards. Clapped Ren's shoulder. Firm, but measured. "Your scanners tipped it. Team scan protocols caught the vile residue. Collaboration sealed it." Guards dragged Sablek and Malik away. Hall buzzed. Mercer back at table. Voice steady. Locked clauses clause by clause. Sablek slumped in transport. Arm throbbed. Shattered from the pin. Data updated. Humans didn't shatter. Adapted. Chewed poison. Spat back. Mercer glanced from table. Nodded once. No rage. Fact. Next time, try allergens. Picky eaters. Orbital alarms wailed. Malik's shuttle cracked by Terran hooks. Human voices barked. Calm. Endless. Conspiracy unraveled. One grip at a time. Ren lingered by Mercer. "Envoy. How?" "Toxin rated for Krell hide." Mercer flexed hand. Skin unmarked. Evolved on a predator world. Immune systems overclocked. Pain? Just noise. He laughed with Krell. Wound forgotten. Sablek's last feed. Treaty signed. Human grit forged it. Aliens brought precision blades. Humans brought the grind. Never underestimate their normal. In holding, Sablek flexed. Roots deeper. One failure sparked audits. Malik's network bled. Human med team inbound. Dropships lit skies. The long haul won. Director Malik slammed the security suite door, pinning Eli Mercer against the scan table. Sedate the Terran. Now, protocol demands it. Consul Ren hesitated in the doorway, his compound eyes flicking between the human envoy and the security chief. The banquet toxin should have dropped Mercer minutes ago. Krell physiology buckled under half that dose, yet Mercer stood straight, skin flushed but eyes clear. No sedation. Mercer's voice cut steady, no tremor. He planted his palms on the table. Full tox scan first. Live feed to all delegations. Full disclosure. Malik's crest flared red. "You hallucinate from the brew. My medics confirm neural collapse imminent. Compliance or restraint." Ren's mandibles twitched. "Restraint?" On a summit guest? The trade accord teetered. Krell merchants circled the hall feeds already. One wrong twitch, and Terran steel deals vaporized. Director, the envoy speaks sense.
Scan him. Broadcast it.
Milik snarled, but keyed the console. Restraints hummed, but stayed locked. The arch over the table lit blue. Mercer stepped under without flinch. Probes kissed his neck, arms, torso. Data streamed to the central holoscreen. Ren edged closer. Mercer's pulse read elevated. Human baseline scanners noted, but toxin markers spiked high. Virix. 7. His personal stock. Lethal cascade, neural shutdown, organ liquefaction. Delivery flawless via Sablix-laced chalice. Mercer exhaled slow. See the breakdown? Your bug's fighting my blood. Milik barked a laugh. Delusion. Sedative prepped. The holoscreen pulsed. Ren leaned in, glyphs scrolling. Toxin integrity, 87% on entry, now 62%. Degradation accelerating. Enzymes shredding the chain. Human antibodies overclocked. Half-life minutes, not hours. Mercer's vitals stabilized. No organ stress. Pain receptors fired, but tolerance masked it. Ren's vents wheezed. Impossible. Virix. 7 rated for Krell hide. 3 times lethal there. Mercer met his gaze. Humans evolved on a rock full of predators, bugs, viruses, bad air. Immune system's a weapon. This? Tuesday lunch. Milik froze. Ren keyed the hall broadcast. Delegations watched. Krell rumbling approval. Vexari chittering shock. Mercer's calm unraveled the silence. No collapse. No victim. Director, Ren's voice hardened. Explain the toxin source. Milik's claws scraped the console. Routine med response. Envoy ingested unknown. A chime cut him. Security feed popped on secondary screen. Server tunnels. Sublevel. Soblek Voss. Banquet staff. Ren's vetted list. Crouched in Rival Zathari quarters. He palmed a vile duplicate into their envoy's kit. Data chip next. Rigged to ping Milik's codes. Ren's blood chilled. Frame job. Zathari out. Milik's trade block in. Conspiracy bloomed raw. Mercer straightened. Caught your man. Team scan protocols flagged vile residue on the Chalice server. Cross-checked his biometrics. Milik lunged for the console. Ren hit the lockdown. Field snapped active, pinning the director. Guards burst in. Ren's loyal shift. You. Milik thrashed. Terran witchery. Mercer rubbed his neck. Unmarked, just normal. Your precision blades met our grind. Ren signaled guards. They hauled Milik out. Crest limp. Sablex feed updated. Apprehended mid-plant. Arm pinned by auto turret. No fight. Humans didn't shatter. They adapted, but Mercer waved it off. Back to the table, Ren blinked. Poison coursed, yet the envoy clapped his shoulder. Firm. Measured. Scanners tipped it. Collaboration sealed. Hall buzz returned. Krell merchant rumbled forward. Terran steel. Endurance proven. Ren bowed low. Envoy, your resilience. Monstrous. Mercer hauled the struggling Milik upright for the cams, past him seamless to guards. No rage. Fact. Locked clauses clause by clause at the table. Voice steady. Soblek slumped in transport. Arm throbbed. Shattered pin from the grab. His data feed. Humans chewed poison, spat it back. Ren lingered by the holoscreen. Tox curves flatlined. Mercer's glance from the table. Nod once. Next time, try allergens. Picky eaters. Orbital alarms wailed. Milik's shuttle cracked by Terran hooks. Dropships lit the skies. Human voices barked calm. Endless. Ren flexed his own arm. Skin scarred from old hunts. Nothing to Mercer's unmarked flex. How? Toxin for Krell. Evolved that way. Mercer laughed with the Krell. Wound forgotten. Pain? Just noise. Treaty signed. Human grit forged it. Ren watched the feeds. Aliens brought blades. Humans brought the long haul. In holding, Sablik flexed. Roots deeper. Audits sparked. Milik's network bled. Human med team inbound. Conspiracy unraveled. One grip at a time. Ren turned to Mercer. Envoy, you're normal. It unmakes us. Mercer shrugged. Underestimate once. Lesson learned? Ren's mandibles clicked yes. Eli Mercer gripped the negotiation table, clauses snapping into lock. Krell nodded. Vexari signed. Milik's empty chair mocked the hall. Ren approached slow. The tox scan replay looped on public feeds. Human blood dismantling Virex. 7 like scrap. You forced it open. Ren's voice low. Refused the needle. Demanded eyes on every glyph. Mercer initialed the steel clause. Diplomacy's a team sport. Sedation hides truth. Full scan showed your bug. And his plant. Security dragged Sablik past the viewport. The assassin glared, arm in sling. Planted vial glowed in evidence lock. Zathari cleared, howling for shares now. Ren's crest drooped. Director used me. Protocol blind. Mercer pushed the pad over. Sign here. We rebuild. Ren scrawled, human hands steady beside his claw. No shake from the dose. Vitals public. Heart grindstone. Hall erupted cheers. Terran shuttle docked outside. Med team spilled out. Scanners humming. Not for rescue. Audit. Sablik's whisper feed hacked public. They don't break. Ren met Mercer's eyes. Underestimated. Once. The grind won. But wait. Arms spiked again. Malik's backups. Ren keyed private comm. Envoy. Mercer already moved. On it. Human, normal. Unraveling more? Eli Mercer jabbed a finger at the hollow screen. Copy of the full tox scan. Link it to my ship now, and start public record. Consul Ren's crest flared. His claws hovered over the console. Alarms shrieked through the hall. Red strobes painting the Krell banners blood red. The negotiation table still hummed from fresh signatures. Zathari envoys clustered at viewports. Mandibles chattering. Ren tapped glyphs. Envoy, your vitals, still grinding. Virex. 7 shreds us in minutes. Public feeds too. Mercer pulled his wristcom. Record this for Terran archives. He spoke clear into the pickup. Envoy Eli Mercer, Soul Alliance. Ingested Virex. 7 at banquet. 21:47 station time. Number collapse. No sedation requested. Blood work shows liver neutralized 87% in 12 minutes. Immune cascade active. Demanding full disclosure. Ship independence confirming receipt. A chime pinged. Captain Hale's voice crackled. Copy security, Eli. Auditors inbound. Hold steady. Mercer nodded. Human normal. His stomach burned like cheap synth whiskey, but limbs stayed solid. Pain tolerance. Just another Tuesday. Security drones whirred overhead. A squad of Varelian guards clanked forward, stun poles lowered. Their leader, a slab-jawed sergeant, barked into his helm. Director Malik's order. Envoy Mercer to medical custody. Immediate transfer. Ren's mandibles snapped. Medical? He's signing treaties. Mercer raised a hand. Calm. Show the order. The sergeant flicked a holopad. Glyph scrolled. Malik's seal. Staged route through sublevels. Medical bay protocol. For your safety. Eli's eyes narrowed. Backup plot. Handoff to kill site. He gripped the table edge. Muscles coiled. Ready. Boots pounded the corridor seal. Ren whirled as the door hissed open. He lunged out, claws scraping bulkhead. Voices echoed sharp. Director. Transfer order intercepted. What? Kill site. Milik's rasp cut back. Protocol, Consul. Humans unstable. Virex residue. Lies. Sablex vial matched your requisition logs. Mercer tracked the exchange. Ren dragged Milik into the hall by his collar frill. The director's eyes darted. Cold. Calculating. Security froze. Ren shoved Malik against the viewport. You used my banquet. Framed Zethary. Steered the trade vote. Milik sneered. Votes bend. Humans break. Not this one. Ren keyed open comm. Envoy. Milik staging the transfer. Sublevel ambush. Mercer stepped forward. Guards, stand down. Director, explain. Malik twisted free. His claw flashed. A concealed emitter. Drones powered up. Chaos erupted. Zathari envoys scattered. Krell delegates roared. Claws out. The sergeant lunged at Mercer, pole crackling. Eli sidestepped. Human reflexes. Honed on colony runs. 0G brawls. He grabbed the pole mid-swing, yanked. Sergeant stumbled. Mercer drove an elbow into the jointed throat. Chitin cracked.
Yield!
More guards piled in. Ren barreled back, tackling Malik. They rolled across the deck, frills slashing. Then, shadow from the service hatch, Sablek Voss. Arm sling gone. The assassin vaulted to counter, needle gleaming in his grip. Vyrex's cocktail. Concentrated. Close-range kill. Sablek lunged. Die, Terran! Mercer spun. Needle grazed his sleeve, burn-seared fabric. He caught Sablek's wrist, twisted. Assassin howled, but held. Virelian strength. Like wrestling a hydraulic press. Pain lanced Mercer's gut from the first dose, redoubled now, vision blurred. But humans endured. Adrenaline flooded. He headbutted Sablek's crest. Bone crunched. Sablek reeled. Pushed back. Needle thrust again. Aimed for neck. Eli dropped low. Tackled at knees. They crashed into the table. Clauses scattered. Sablek's free claw raked Mercer's shoulder. Shallow gashes. Blood welled. Hot. Poison fails. You fight? Sablek gasped. Shock widened his eyes. Every day. Mercer pinned the arm. Slammed it down. Needle skittered free. He drove a knee into Sablek's midsection. Air whooshed out. Virelian bellows collapsed. Guards hesitated. Ren pinned Malik. Emitter yanked away. Stand down. All. Sergeant dropped his pole. Directors compromised. Mercer rose, hauling Sablek up by the collar. Assassin slumped, wheezing. How? Virex. 7 melts organs. Ellie wiped blood from his brow. Liver rebooted. Kidneys filtered. We adapt. He shoved Sablek to the guards. Lock him. Ren staggered up. Malik cuffed at his feet. The consul's crest quivered. Your wounds. Still moving. No shock collapse. Mercer shrugged. Tore his sleeve to bind the gashes. Pressure stemmed the flow. Field dressing. Ship medics later. Zethari-led envoy pushed through. Trade clauses hold. Despite this, Ren nodded. Signed. Malik's faction routed. Krell grunted approval. Human endures. Orc blood. Mercer initialed the recovery addendum. Audit teams dock in 5. Full logs. Public feeds looped. Mercer's vitals spiking, then flattening. Heart like a fusion core. Aliens clustered screens, crests drooping. Malik spat from cuffs. 1 dose. You'll fade. Eli met his gaze. Steady. Paperwork first. Terran shuttle clamped. Auditors spilled out. Scanners whirring. Datapads ready. Hale led. Eyed Mercer's shoulder. Walk it off? Always. Mercer handed the scan copy. Dig. Ren approached. Voice low.
On hoy, your normal.
It unmakes plots. Eli clapped his shoulder. Team sport. Underestimate once. Alarms cut. But a new ping sub-level breach. Malik's second cell. Mercer drew his sidearm. Round 2. Ren's claws flexed. Together, doors sealed. Footsteps echoed down. The needle stabbed into Eli Mercer's neck. Sablek Voss twisted the syringe. Final dose of Virex 7 surged in. The assassin server's frills flared triumph. One twitch, and the human envoy dropped dead mid-toast. Trade deal shattered. Conspiracy sealed. Eli's hand snapped up. Fingers clamped Sablek's wrist like a vice. The alien's arm locked mid-plunge. Needle hovered inches from a cluster of Zethariades sipping loon nectar. Back, Eli barked. He yanked Sablek's arm wide. The syringe clattered across the banquet floor. Bystanders scattered, crests flattening in panic. Sablek hissed. Pushed harder. His other claws slashed for Eli's eyes. Eli ducked, pivoted. Slammed Sablek's body against the marble wall. The assassin's head cracked stone. Platter of crystal flutes shattered nearby. Who sent you? Eli growled. He pinned Sablek's throat with his forearm. The alien wheezed, gills pulsing purple. Toxin burned Eli's veins, fire in his blood, organs twisting, but he held. Sablek spat. Fade, mammal. Virex melts you from inside. Eli tightened his grip, felt the assassin's pulse race underscaled skin. Banquet hall froze. 300 diplomats gaped. Consul Ren clutched his podium. Communicator mid-broadcast. Security! Arrest this intruder! Ren's voice boomed over hall speakers. His crest quivered, eyes locked on Eli's neckwound. Blood trickled but no collapse. No phone. Envoy Mercer, release him to custody. Eli glanced. Wren's claws danced over controls. Lockdown klaxons wailed. Doors slammed shut. But across the hall, Director Malik bolted. The security chief shoved a junior aide aside, ducked into a service hatch. Tunnels beckoned below. Not yet. Eli headbutted Sablek. Alien stars spun. Handler's name, now. Sablek laughed wetly. Claws scraped Eli's arm, drawing red lines. You convulse soon. Heart bursts. Eli's vision blurred. Toxin clawed his liver. Pain spiked. Knives in his gut. Humans trained for this. Adrenaline dumped. Immune cells swarmed the poison. He breathed steady, ignored the nausea roiling up. Try me. Eli kneed Sablek's midsection. Ribs cracked. Assassin slumped heavier against the wall. Wren pushed through guards. 4 Zathari enforcers leveled stunners. Mercer. Stand down. Protocol demands. Eli shoved Sablek toward them. He's yours, but get a name first. Guards swarmed. Cuffed Sablek's arms, dragged him kicking. The assassin thrashed. Malik. Director Malik pulls strings. Hall erupted. Whispers hissed like steam vents. Zathari crests drooped. Krell traders from the outer rims grunted. Tusks bared. Hail. Eli's Terran second. Burst from the envoy cluster. Sidearm drawn. Boss, you good? Hale scanned the neck puncture. Blood welled slow. Eli nodded. Ripped his collar open. Probed the wound. Stings. Filter it out. He tore a strip from his formal tunic. Packed the hole. Pressure stopped the seep. Pain throbbed. But legs held. Wren staggered closer. Eye stalks twitched. Envoy. That Virex. Dosage kills a Krethox in seconds. Your pulse? Still steady? Eli flexed his fingers. Felt the burn fade. Kidneys kicked in. Flushing toxin. Liver patched itself. Human baseline. We adapt. What's Malik's play? Wren's communicator pinged. Service tunnels breached. He's fleeing sublevels. My teams pursue. Eli drew his own sidearm. Compact Terran rail pistol. Mine too. He clapped Wren's shoulder. Consul flinched at the grip strength. Together? Wren hesitated. Claws flexed. Nodded. Trade pact holds only if we end this. Guards hauled Sablek past. Assassin locked eyes with Eli. Second dose coming. You unravel slow. Eli chambered around. Bring it. They charged the service hatch. Malik's trail. Fresh slime prints on rungs. Tunnels dropped steep. Dim glow panels flickered. Air hummed with vents. Eli dropped first. Boots hit grating. Wren landed light beside him. Scanners show 3 signatures ahead. Armed. Flank. Eli sprinted. Pain lanced his side. Toxin echo. Ignored it. Humans ran through worse. Marathon endurance. No quit. Shots cracked ahead. Zathari pulse rifles. Malik's voice echoed. Containment! Frame the humans. Eli vaulted a coolant pipe. Spotted Malik's silhouette. Director fired wild. Bolts scorched walls. Wren flanked right. Called coordinates. Eli rolled left. Closed gap. Malik spun. Aimed at Eli. You should be meat, Eli fired. Rail slug punched Malik's shoulder. Director howled. Dropped his rifle. Claws scrabbled for a side door. Eli tackled. Pinned the alien face down. Cuffs clicked from Wren. You're done, Eli said. Felt Malik buck. Stronger than expected. Zathari muscle density beat human. But Eli's hold endured. Joint locks from basic training. Malik snarled. 1 envoy down. Votes flip. Your fleet starves. Wren broadcasted. Director Malik under arrest for conspiracy. All feeds live. Public hollows above flickered on. Banquet overflowed into tunnels. Aliens watched. Crests rippled shock. Eli hauled Malik up. Toxin ache dulled to ache. Sweat beaded, but breath even. Why? Trade routes. Your humans undercut us. Assassinate, blame rivals, collapse the pact. Wren's enforcers arrived. Took custody. Scanner's word over Eli. Vitals nominal. Toxin neutralized. How? Eli shrugged. Tore another strip for his arm gashes, bound them tight. Immune system. Pain's just noise. Krell envoy lumbered in. grunted at the feed loops. Ellie's heart graph flatlining, then surging steady. Orc blood endures. Hale slapped Eli's back. Auditors inbound. Logs clean? Eli nodded. Dig deep. Wren approached. Voice low. Mercer, you're normal. Virex would pulp my kin. No med-gel. No collapse. You walked it off. Eli holstered his pistol. Underestimate once. Lesson learned? Wren's crest rose slight. Respect, pact signed. Audits proceed. Alarms cut. Feeds cheered. But a new ping auxiliary dock. Unsealed shovel. Eli's comm buzzed. Hale's voice. Second cell. Malik's backup inbound. Eli drew again. Round 2. Doors hissed open. Footsteps thundered up. Wren's claws flexed. With you, Eli charged. Toxin forgotten. Human normal. Relentless. Sablik's final jab had failed. Now the tunnels ran red with conspiracies unravel. But shadows moved ahead. Needle glint caught light. Another assassin lunged. Eli clamped the wrist. Forced it wide. Again. The Zathari gasped. Impossible, Eli pinned. Demanded names. Cycle broke them all. Malik spat from fresh cuffs. You'll fade. Eli met eyes. Steady. Paperwork first. Shuttle clamped outside. Auditors spilled. Scanners ready. Wren watched Eli bind wounds. No medics called. Monstrous resilience. Eli initialed logs. Team sport. Ping deeper breach. Malik's last cell. Eli grinned. Sidearm out. Hunt? Together, they dropped. Echoes chased them down. A claw slashed from dark. Eli dodged. Countered. Human grip crushed bone. Sublex echo. Eli Mercer shoved open the council chamber doors. Mid-trial chaos froze. Hollow screens flickered with Malik's intercepted comms. Delegates from a dozen worlds gaped at the human striding in. Blood-streaked but steady. He slapped a data slate onto the central dais. Tox profiles glowed. Sablik Voss's confession scrolled beneath. Names, payments, shuttle codes. Director Malik's network, Ellie said. Voice cut through the murmurs. Poisoned me at the banquet. Framed Wren's faction. Full logs here. Consul Wren's crest flared from his seat. Claws drummed the armrest. Mercer, you? Obtained this how? Eli tapped the slate. Walked it off. Interrogated the server. Cracked the handler. He met Malik's glare across the chamber. The security chief sat chained, scales paling. Your Varix pulps Zathari in minutes. Humans, we sweated out. A Vexari delegate leaned forward. Eye stalks quivered. Impossible. No anti-venom trace. Your vitals, elevated but functional? Eli shrugged, unholstered his sidearm, placed it beside the slate. Trust gesture. Normal for us. Pain's just data. Here's the proof. He activated the hollow replay. Sablek's needle jab at the banquet. Eli's casual sip. No stagger, just a nod to Wren, then pursuit. Gasps rippled. Malik lunged against his restraints. Lies. Terran fabrication. Wren rose. Voice boomed. Enough. Evidence verified. I call the vote. Purge Malik's network from station security. All in favor? Paddles lit green, one by one. Malik's allies shifted, abstained. The count hit quorum. Wren's claws slammed down. Purged. Auditors seize all posts. Now. Alarms wailed. Malik's laugh rasped. Fools. He twisted a hidden implant in his cuff. Lights dimmed. Bulkheads groaned. Containment breach. Core vents opening. You all die with me. Ella's comm exploded. Hull integrity failing. Radiation spike. Delegates bolted for exits. Wren grabbed Eli's arm. Manual override. Vent seals. Only access from sublevels. Eli drew his pistol. Lead. They sprinted. Malik's guards, loyalists, blocked the drop shaft. Blaster fire scorched walls. Eli rolled, fired twice. 2 down. Wren's plasma claw severed a third's weapon. Human speed, Wren hissed. Keep up. Shaft plunged. They dropped 30 levels. Emergency lights strobed red. Air grew thick. Ionized. Geiger counters on Eli's wrist chirped warnings. Zathari lethal dose already. Corridors twisted into maintenance warrens. Steam hissed from ruptured lines. Milik's voice crackled over speakers. Mercer, you should be pulp. Fade now. Eli ignored it. Pain throbbed in his gut. Byrex echo, but adrenaline shoved it down. Boots pounded grate floors. A final door loomed. Vent control. Locked. Sparks flew from consoles. Radiation gauges pegged critical. Ren hacked the panel. Seals jammed. Manual crank. Behind the shield wall. Eli kicked the access hatch. Melted slag. He wedged his multi-tool. Pried. Metal screamed. Ren covered him, blasting a drone that buzzed from shadows. Go! Ren yelled. Eli crawled in. Heat blasted his face. Radiation suit? None. He gripped the crank. Massive gear fused half shut. Vents howled beyond. Plasma flares licking the dark. Turn. Muscles burned. Sweat mixed with blood. Turn. Alarms screamed in his ears. Vision blurred. Virex clawed deeper, but he cranked. One full rotation. Seals groaned shut. Turn. Gouges dropped. Air cleared slight. Last rotation. Doors locked with a thunderous clang. Eli slumped against a bulkhead. Crank slipped from numb fingers. World spun. Legs buckled. He hit the deck. Black edges closed in. Rena's voice echoed distant. Mercer. Seals hold? Station safe? Eli's lips twitched. Paperwork. Later. Darkness took him. Hash. Consul Ren knelt beside the human. Med scanners whirred, Eli's pulse thready but steady. No collapse until seals locked. Ren's crest flattened in awe. Monstrous. Virex levels that kill fleets. He endured. Auditors swarmed the chamber above. Malik dragged away, spitting curses. The Terran walks it off, walks everything off. Ren keyed his calm. Medics to sub-level 7. Priority 1. And get Hale. Eli's second. We owe him. Footsteps thundered closer. Hale burst in first. Human grin fierce. Boss? Talk about timing. Ren waved them over. He saved us all. After poison. After betrayal. Hale checked vitals. Tough bastard. Virex? He'll purge it by morning. Medgel hissed as they stabilized Eli. Ren watched the readouts. Human baselines. Pain thresholds. Triple Zethary norms. Endurance logs from the banquet toxins neutralized by sheer metabolic fury. Underestimated once. Ren murmured. Never again. Eli stirred. Eyes cracked open. Vote. Passed. Ren nodded. Packed holds. Audits clean your way. Eli grunted. Sat up slow. Good. Shuttles docked. Malik's backups. Contained. Ren extended a claw. Pulled Eli to feet. Hunt together next time? Eli clasped it. Team sport. Alarms silenced. Feeds lit with cheers. Station-wide. Conspiracy unraveled. Human normal. The unraveling force. But Eli's scanner pinged. Residual tox signature. Not Virex. Something slower. Malik's parting gift. He holstered his sidearm. Ignored the burn. Round 3? # Director Malik thrashed in audit custody. He'll drop. Slow kill variant. Zethari die screaming. Human? Watch as it build. Guards hauled him deeper. But doubt gnawed. Mercer's eyes. Steady. Always steady. Station stabilized. Trade votes swung Terran favor. Ren's faction rose. Eli walked the halls again by shift end. No limp. Hale at his side. Resilience. Hale said. Our normal. Eli nodded. Pinged Ren. Debrief. Doors hissed. Council reconvened. Eli entered. Slate in hand. New data. Malik's off-station contacts. Next layer, Eli said. Ren's crest rose. Respect etched permanent. With you. Shadows fled. Human grip crushed the dark. Eli felt the slow burn toxin twist. Ignored it. Crank turned. Seals locked. Fall delayed. Conspiracy's end. Paperwork first. ###. Soblek Voss's echo lingered in Eli's mind. The assassin's gasp. Impossible. Not impossible. Human. Station lights brightened. Pact signed. Auditors inbound. Eli initialed final logs. Collapsed only in medbay after victory. Ren watched from viewport. They call us fragile. We call them orcs. Hale laughed. Space Orcs, yeah. Eli slept, dreamless, ready for more. But a shadow comm pinged station edge. Milik's final cell? Or deeper? Eli's comm buzzed awake. He rose. Hunt.